Thank you, everybody. Has anyone else noticed the huge elephant in the room? And by room, I mean the world. And by elephant, I mean racism. When I say the world, I mean it literally. I believe that racism is a system of oppression that was set to disadvantage groups that have been marginalized and oppressed by the privileged, and in most cases, these privileged being of European descent. So what is racism? Racism is a belief of race superiority, which is reinforced by attitudes and actions and behaviors towards a so-called inferior race. Racism is an expression of hate based on color and race. Racism is thoughts turned into actions. Racism is an act that needs to be abolished. Racism and discrimination have been powerful weapons encouraging fear and hatred in times of conflict and war, and even during economic downturns. Racism is still well and alive in our daily lives. People just are more politically correct about it. So racism is someone's misinformed opinions about a certain race or a marginalized group. It is also a stereotype about a particular ethnic group, such as Asians can't drive, Black people are thugs, and white people are always racist. So what does it look like? Racism can be direct or indirect. Racism can look like ridicule, racist abuse, property damage, racial harassment, racist propaganda, and racial vilification, and physical assault. It also includes practices that exploit or exclude members of a particular group from aspects of society. Extreme examples of racist behavior is ethnic cleansing and genocide. This can be seen in Hitler's cleaning out Germany by exterminating all the Jews because they were seen as inferior and not human enough, and not the right race. So what is systematic racism? Systematic racism includes policies and practices enriched in established institutions such as America and Canada, which results in exclusion, promotion of designated groups. In Canada, an example of that is the Native Americans, and in the United States, the African Americans and many Hispanic minorities. It differs from overt discrimination in that no individual intent is necessary. So, some of you might be asking, what is white privilege? Does it exist? Well, I'm here to say, yes, white privilege exists. Privilege comes with wealth and connections. White skin privilege serves several functions. First, it provides white people with perks that we do not earn and that people of color do not enjoy. Second, it creates advantages for them. Many white people are immune of a lot of challenges. Finally, white privilege shapes our entire world. This can be seen in how many third world countries still have lightning products and stuff to look whiter and to fit into that right image of what a person should look like, which is the white skin is the right skin. So I'm here to say that racism is still prevalent in our societies, like it or not. Racism is still noticeable in today's society. There aren't many racist institutions, but the KKK exists. And on paper, people say everybody has the exact same rights, whether you're Black, white, Asian, female, anything. But all you have to do is open your eyes and ears and pay attention to how many white people, are treating minorities to know that people are still suffering from racial prejudice. Ignoring people of certain races is an example of subtle racism. Unfortunately, racism still exists within many Western institutions, and most importantly, on a global scale. So what we now are seeing are more covert forms of discrimination, racist jokes, remarks behind closed doors, and discrimination in the workplace. Law enforcement and racial profiling, predatory leading practices, denial of financial services, Biases in legal proceedings, media biases, are forms of discrimination within our institution and within many globalized institutions. As for what it takes for our society to overcome this issue, is that we need to stop pretending that racism does not exist. We need to own up to the fact that certain people are privileged due to their skin color. White privilege exists. And we need to stop saying remarks such as, we have a black president, racism is over, black people don't suffer anymore, and natives, we have certain rights that other people do not have. We need to stop and eliminate those sayings. In particular, we need to speak out against discrimination on all fronts. We do not have to condone racist jokes and remarks. We have to notify our work CEOs of discrimination in the workplace. We need to get involved and bring up the issue of law enforcement and racial profiling to the public and local politicians. We as a society, you need to get involved to eliminate racial prejudice. We need to stop condoning and connecting with institutions that condone racist remarks and racial harassment. We need to stop. You are the voice. We need to eliminate discrimination and racism of all fronts and all shapes. Thank you very much.
You didn't say your name at the end.